This Pennywise Recaps, and today we're reviewing the comedy drama Cashback. Get ready for incredible plot twists. 2.5 years of a beautiful relationship between art college student Ben Willis and his girlfriend Susie suddenly end in a scandal. Mutual promises, meeting her parents, and all the other pleasures of living together are left in the past. What's more, the love-struck girl almost immediately starts a new relationship with her classmate Steve and doesn't even hesitate to show off her new happiness. During this difficult period, Ben is supported by his best friend Sean. Although he is not popular with girls, as an avid womanizer, he advises Ben to switch to another option. But Ben can't let go of his painful experiences. Every night he thinks about Susie. These torments force him to try to reconcile, and he calls his ex, but the girl decisively replies that everything is over between them. Long nights without sleep are filled with disturbing memories of happy days with Susie. Knowing that she was with another man was unbearable for him, but Ben doesn't have the heart to destroy the photos. Insomnia is becoming his constant companion, and no amount of medication helps him cope with it. Instead of dealing with his disturbing dreams, Ben only winds himself up more, tossing and turning in bed for hours with thoughts of his ex. Over time, however, his nightlife changes. He spends hours reading the books he's been putting off, the ones he didn't have time for before. But even then, his thoughts are occasionally filled with vivid images of Susie. During the day, Ben lives a boring life. He visits cafes alone and goes to stores to buy fast food. One day, he enters a supermarket, takes the necessary goods from the shelves, and goes to the checkout. A pretty blonde woman asks him to pay for his purchases, but it turns out that he doesn't have enough money. Ben has to refuse some of the goods. Looking around the store with a tired look, he notices an ad for a night shift worker. The young man, who needs something to fill the extra 8 hours of his life, immediately goes to fill out a questionnaire and comes for an interview with the senior manager, the optimistic but slightly unpleasant Alan. He gladly hires him, telling him about the great career prospects in this organization. Without delay, Ben takes up his duties, transporting goods, cleaning up spilled milk on the floor, and constantly watching with an artistic eye the beautiful shoppers who appear in the supermarket at night. One of them is Sharon, the checkout girl he met on his first night. Because of her tardiness, she has to put up with Jenkins' bad behavior. The manager gives her and Ben no rest, making sure that the boy fulfills all his duties. In addition to Sharon and Ben, the supermarket also employs a smug Barry on the night shift. He rides a scooter between the shelves, pretending to be a stuntman. Another hardcore scooterer in the company is Matt, a good friend of Barry's. Together, they are constantly making inappropriate jokes, for which they are reprimanded by the vigilant Alan. 2 weeks have passed since Ben started working at the supermarket on the night shift. Suddenly, he discovers that he has the ability to control time, or rather, to stop it. The whole world around him stops in an instant, as if it were on pause. Employees and customers of the store freeze in random poses. The suffering artist comes up with a brilliant idea. He uses the frozen girls as ideas for his drawings. The customers leave him with the same vivid impression as a student from Sweden who once lived in his parents' house when he was little and for the first time was able to appreciate the beauty of the female body. Ben spends long hours in this state, working on sketches. When the drawings are finished, Ben neatly tidies up the girls and doesn't miss the opportunity to make a little joke about Jenkins, who continues to mistreat Sharon. Then the guy starts time with a snap of his fingers. His best childhood friend, Sean, visits Ben in his dorm room every morning, wanting to help and support him. Sean offers to discuss Ben's anxieties, but he stubbornly refuses, hiding the fact that he still suffers from painful memories. Work at the supermarket goes on as usual. One night, a strange new employee, Brian, joins the team. The guy is skillful with a mop, demonstrating martial arts skills. The newcomer immediately attracts the attention of the local jokers, especially Matt, who does not hesitate to challenge him to a duel. Unexpectedly for him, the cheeky guy gets what he deserves. Ben meets Sharon in the locker room, who is becoming increasingly interested in him. The girl is about to leave when she notices a sandwich in her coworker's hand. Hungry, she asks to take a bite. Ben allows her to do so and watches in fascination as she slowly disappears from the locker room in high heels. A sudden sadness over Sharon's departure overwhelms Ben. As he wanders thoughtfully between the racks, he is suddenly hit by a package of toilet paper that is dropped on his head. It's a prank by his inseparable friends Barry and Matt. From them, Ben learns that Matt has asked Sharon out on a date, and she has accepted, which gives Matt hope to continue the evening at his home. Wandering thoughtfully down memory lane, Ben recalls his youthful crushes. One of them was an 18-year-old slender track and field athlete who ran the Olympic distance barefoot. There was also a labor teacher whom he openly ogled during class. But the main one was a classmate named Tanya, whom he would sneak glances at but not dare to talk to. One day, Tanya took the first step herself. One day, the girl broke her arm, which caused a stir among her classmates, who were happy to paint her cast. Tanya herself suggested that Ben leave a signature on the cast, and he timidly drew a red cross in the free space. 6 weeks later, the cast was removed, and that day, the popular girl became the laughingstock of her classmates because thick black hair grew under the cast on her arm. Instead of laughing at her with everyone else, Ben decided to comfort her. He asked Tanya to become his girlfriend, and she agreed. He arranged their first date in his favorite secluded spot in the schoolyard. However, he did not dare to respond to her offer to kiss her, promising to do it next time. But he never saw her again because Tanya's parents suddenly decided to move. The supermarket employees, including Ben, gather in the locker room where a confident Matt soon appears. He's confident that he'll be able to brag about how good he had a good time with Sharon the day before. His reminiscing is interrupted by his boss Jenkins, who announces that there is a soccer match on Sunday evening with another supermarket team, and everyone must protect their reputation. To boost morale, Alan gives an inspirational speech, but his subordinates look at him with stony faces because they can't refuse. On Sunday, the team takes the field. The opponents are confident, which causes Jenkins' subordinates to panic. Sharon comes to watch the game and immediately rushes to Matt. An excited Alan tries to motivate his team to play and hopes to win this friendly competition. However, time after time, the ball ends up in Brian's goal. This happens 26 times, and even Sharon's support doesn't help the team rally to score at least one goal against the opponent. To make matters worse, in the last minute of the match, Jenkins takes a powerful punch to the nose, bleeding all over the field. Matt volunteers to take his boss to the hospital and instructs Ben to make sure Sharon gets home. The team, which has suffered a crushing defeat, immediately breaks up. Ben and Sharon go to a cafe where he asks her about her relationship with Matt. As it turns out, everything Matt said was a lie, and Sharon doesn't have another boyfriend either. During a pleasant conversation, she tells Ben about her dream of going to teach English somewhere in South America, for which she is saving up money for Spanish courses. In return, Ben shares his dream of becoming an artist whose work will be exhibited in a gallery. After the cafe, Ben walks Sharon home, and the couple kisses awkwardly for the first time. The next day at work, she stops by to check on Jenkins, who is not in the best shape after his injury. However, he assures her that he is feeling great and invites Sharon and other employees to his birthday party on Saturday. The girl immediately rushes to tell Ben about it and makes him promise to go along. He agrees, much to Matt's disappointment. Ben has been living without sleep for 4 weeks. He still makes drawings at night, freezing time around him. But now his only model is Sharon, who is gradually but surely replacing the memories of Susie. With sincere enthusiasm, Ben creates one after another portraits of his beloved girl, in which, unlike his previous models, she is not depicted naked. After the work shift, Sharon reminds Ben once again about the party tomorrow and gently kisses him goodbye. For the first time in a month, he was able to fall asleep and sleep through the night and half of the day. Ben is woken up by a knock on the door and a voice outside announcing a phone call. Still sleepy, he goes to the phone, not knowing who might be calling. The voice on the phone introduces himself as Alex Proud, a gallery owner who has noticed Ben's work and offers to organize an exhibition for him. As the shocked artist promises to bring the works to the gallery, Barry and Matt burst out laughing and head off to get ready for Jenkins' party. As agreed, Ben shows up at Sharon's doorstep. He immediately informs the charming girl of an important event, a long-awaited offer to organize an exhibition of his work. In a great mood, the couple goes to the party, looking for familiar faces among the guests. Ben finds his friend Sean, whom he invited, and unexpectedly spots his ex-girlfriend Susie, who immediately comes up to him to say hello. After striking up a conversation, Ben casually leaves Susie and goes to have fun with Sharon. They have a great time watching the guest girl dance nakedly. Ben briefly leaves his friend to go up to the restroom, where he encounters a long line. He is next in line when Susie suddenly comes out of the bathroom. She again timidly starts a conversation with Ben, recalling their feelings and lost love. She apologizes and admits that she still can't forget Ben. Despite the cold behavior of her former lover, Susie tries to kiss him. Sharon notices this moment and instantly turns around to run away. Ben follows her and appears on the doorstep of her apartment to explain everything. Refusing to listen to him, the girl scandalously throws Ben out and then never shows up for work at the supermarket. The guy goes to Alex Proud's art gallery, with whom he had supposedly made an appointment over the phone. To his surprise, the man tells him that this is the first time he has heard Ben's name and is not familiar with his work. Ben realizes that he has been cruelly played by the supermarket pranksters and is about to leave, but Alex shows interest in his sketches, which he has taken with him. Unexpectedly, the man praises his portraits and instructs his secretary Lucy to organize an exhibition of the young artist. Sharon receives an invitation to the exhibition and decides to attend. She arrives at the gallery, where she suddenly sees many of her portraits being admired by other visitors. Stunned, she wanders among the paintings and smilingly notices Ben, whom she forgives for the misunderstanding at the party. At this time, the first snowflakes are falling outside the window, and Ben decides to tell his beloved his secret. By kissing her, he stops time for both of them. Thank you for being with us. Subscribe to the channel like us, and be sure to click on the bell to stay up to date with our new videos.